Our students were out full force. I mean, it was awesome. It was a great atmosphere. It was big time college football today, and I appreciate everybody. Our team appreciates, our players appreciate everybody coming out and having that kind of atmosphere. That's what college football is all about. And I think our guys played hard. I just talked to them in the locker room there. Effort was there. They're playing their tails off. Really good BYU football team, 11th ranked team coming in here. We went toe to toe with those guys. Did not play obviously our best ball. We missed 3 field goals. We got 4th and 1 inside the 5. We don't get, and then we lose a fumble that lasted 6 minutes on a review, which is incredible to me. They called him down, and we lost all the reviews actually tonight. I think it was 5 of them total. But still, a lot of respect for BYU. But we went toe to toe with those guys, and just came up short tonight. To me, it's really just about the execution that we talked about on those few plays. And but I thought our guys came out and eagerly wanted to go out and get a win tonight. There's no question about it against a good team. So I'll open up with questions.
Jen.
What has it been about those big moments that it seems like you guys just haven't been able to get over the hump?
Yeah. Well, I think, I heard for Steven. He's missed 1 field goal in 10 games. We missed 3 tonight. So if you got 9 more points on the board, it's a little bit different there in the fourth quarter, the way they're calling plays, the way we're calling plays, and I think this is a really good red zone defense. They're, one of the top red zone defenses here. Anytime teams get in there, they have a hard time scoring. And, of course, we did too. We went down there, and that's why I thought, be aggressive. It's 4th and 1. Let's try to get in there. Came up a little bit short on that one. And then I felt like at that point, the 3 field goal attempts were right there around where you don't go for it. It was a little bit outside of the red zone area right there at it. But, it's just you got to make the plays on when plays need to be made. It's like we score there at the end of the game. This happened last week too. We got to get off the field. You have to get off the field. There's 5 minutes on the clock. And we didn't get off the field. And so those third downs were crucial. They were 7 for 15 on third down. You got to find a way to get off the field on some of those third downs.
Curious about Cyrus's fumble because it was kind of just the ball fell out of his hand. Was that because his ankle was being twisted? Did you get an explanation on what happened there?
No, I didn't, but that's what happened. Yeah, going back and watching the film, of it on the tablets, he got twisted around. His foot was underneath the guy, and obviously called him down right there. I thought his shin area was down. As he's going down and getting spun around, the ball came out of his hand. So I think just getting caught up underneath the defender.
How difficult is it for the defense? I think LG Martin was probably averaging a good chunk per play that they can just kind of pound the rock with Koopman and Bachmeier.
Yeah, I that's their plan. They do a great job of, huddling, slowing the game down, handing the ball to Martin, who's an outstanding back. I think he leads the Big 12 in rushing, so they're just going to let him carry the football, and Bachmeier as well. I think he had 13 carries tonight. So those two guys are big backs, and they're just going to fall forward for yards. I felt like we had some great initial contact, and it may go another 2 or 3 yards, and you do that multiple times, it's a first down. And I thought he did an outstanding job with that. The guy had 32 carries tonight. That's an incredible workload from a running back there. And, that was their plan, keep it away from our offense, and that's what they did.
Coach, you said in your opening statement that this was one of your best days here in Cincinnati. The implications of this game, senior night, and you guys come up short. What's your message to the seniors after this game?
Oh, I love those guys. They're awesome. They're great guys, and I hurt for them. That's what I told them in the locker room. We hurt from those guys, and we love them. We wanted bad for them and everybody else that was in this stadium tonight, and we came up a little short. And it's about the execution. You have to execute the plays. And it's not about the effort. Those guys, they give great effort. They come to work every day. So care a great deal for those seniors, and obviously disappointed we didn't get on a winning note there on our senior day.
Coach, when you look back over the last 2 weeks, you go 3 of 12 on third down last week, 4 of 13 tonight. What have teams been able to do to present those challenges over the last 2 weeks or so?
Yeah, they're good defenses. The bottom line is they're good defenses, and you have to execute those. I did think we threw the ball well and caught the ball well tonight compared to the last 2 weeks. I also look at third down too. You got to look at third and fourth. You got to look at both the downs. And we were 3 for 4 on the fourth down there, so 7 for 17 there. I mean, because if you can keep your drives going on some of those short yards. Disappointed we didn't get the fourth and short, and obviously inside the 5. But on those third downs, you're getting some good coverages, you're getting blitzes, you're getting drop 8s, you're getting a lot of different things, and you got to go out and execute. You got to throw and catch and get those first downs.
Russ, then JT, then Scott.
How difficult was the decision to go for that third field goal as opposed to going for it on fourth down in that situation?
Yeah, after you miss a couple, there's always a little bit in your mind, hey, should we just go right here, or we need to get some points? I got a lot of confidence in Steven. I watch him practice and kick, ever since he's been here, and he usually doesn't let anything bother him. He shrugs it off. If he misses one, he's going to go right back out and go make the next one. And so, I felt like he would go out and make it. After the first one, after the second one as well. But obviously, he'd like to have those back and to be able to knock those down. And he knows that's what his job is here to do, to knock down field goals. And he's done a great job of that. Up until tonight.
Was there any operation issue throughout with any of the field goals?
I have to go back and watch film. It's hard to tell. Yeah.
I know you don't want to second guess the 4th and 1 play, but do you think maybe a different play drawn up, or maybe another one you had in the back pocket that you were like, man, after going?
Well, I think any time your play doesn't work, you obviously like to try another one. I think that's a good play. We hadn't really shown that this year, and it's just a matter of executing, getting your blocks, and then hitting it up in there and getting 1 yard. I mean, it's 1 yard. I think if you want to be a team that's going to go down and win games like this, you got to go get 1 yard.
From the optics, you were 7-1. You're now 7-4. You know what happened last year. How important is it to finish 8-4?
Oh, it's very important for us. I mean, as TCU's a good football team. You got to go on the road in the Big 12, and it's huge for us to go down there and play well and go down there and try to get that win. It's because you obviously. It's not any fun losing, right? So you lose 3, you don't want to lose 4, So we want to go out and play well and go down and play a good TCU team. But it takes a great week this week in preparation, getting guys healed up, and going down there with all our bullets to go down there and play our best game.
Looked like subbing was giving you guys issues again. Was BYU doing anything differently to kind of create that?
Well, the one, they're there toward the end there when they subbed. Then they're going to wait, and then a few seconds, here comes another one. So you're doing the multiple. And that's gamesmanship. We all know that. But if you get away with it, it's great on their part. And that's what I was talking to the ref about. Like, how long are we going to let them go it? I mean, you're just going to keep holding it. And his response was, "Well, when I saw what they were doing, I let them go." Well, at that point, it's 1 second. So, but that's gamesmanship, and I don't blame BYU for that. We would try to do that too. If we can get away with it, and they got away with it, and it cost us on that one.
You went with the heavy package on that 4th and 2 and then subbed out, and then you had to burn a timeout. What's the trade-off between maybe spiking with that group on the field?
Yeah. I think we'll have to go back. I think we talked after that. I think we did it the right way on that because you're wearing we got extra linemen in and all that, and you get the first down. I feel like with the operation of that, you got to get off and get the guys on, but if you're going to do that, you're going to have to call a timeout. I think it worked out for us. We still were able to get down and put ourselves in position to kick a field goal right before half. What teams have been doing to us, we obviously wanted to try to do, and we didn't get it done. But but I think looking back on it, it was probably the right thing to do. But obviously we'll see when we go back and watch the film.
I don't guess you've had many teams in your offense that have rushed for under 100. You attribute that more BYU or just offensively on your end?
Yeah, well, obviously give them credit. They're a good run, stopping defense. And we just didn't have a ton of carries either. I mean, I think if you get more carries, you'll be able to get those rushing yards up. We felt good about guys throwing and catching tonight, and they did some good things with that and moved the football. So obviously if we could pop a few more runs there, then you can control the game a little bit better.
You only punt once all night, but you only put 14 points on the board. How much of that frustration kind of, as you're trying to get this offense rolling, kind of bubbles up, I guess?
Yeah, 9 points in field goals, 4th and 1 inside the 5. If you execute, you score points, man. You got to hit those field goals. You got to get a first down inside the 5, and then we're going to have more points on the board. We were able to move the football. you know, if you don't execute your play, when it's time for your play, then you're not going to score points. Yeah, it's frustration.
What do you say to Steven after that? He's been real reliable.
Very reliable. Yeah, I mean, you know, hey man, keep your head up. Keep, you know, we're going to need you. We got, you know, next week we got to be able to come out and we're going to need some more field goals. You have to. These margins of error, and we've all talked about this all year. Against really good football teams, there's not much room for error. You know, and you know, we can't have a bad night. You know, if you have a bad night, you're not going to win, and that's at any position.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Don.
Thanks, Coach.